Did you know that 28% of small businesses don't have a website in 2023? And many of those who have a website don't have one that actually generates the business that the small business owner wants to generate. Additionally, most business owners don't have the time or want to learn the technical skills required in order to create their own online presence. And that's where we can come in. And today's video is the latest in a series of videos where we talk about creating businesses using no-code tools. And in this one specifically, we're actually using no-code tools as part of our work and the services that we offer. And if you haven't figured out what we're talking about as yet, it's to create websites for small and local businesses. We're going to go through this idea, explore why it's such a strong idea. We're going to talk about the tools that you can use in order to create your own online presence and in order to offer the services that you're going to offer. We're going to talk about how to get clients and some great ways to do this. And we're also going to look at how to scale. So if you're new to the channel, then hit subscribe because we have more business ideas and also no-code success stories. In fact, I'll leave the two playlists in the description. And while you're in the description, check out the link to get your free guide to no-code tools. Okay, let's get started. So the idea again is this, is to create websites for local and small businesses. And like we mentioned at the start, many businesses don't have an online presence, and those that do could use a little bit of a redesign. And we can think about small or local businesses as things like movers, cleaning companies, restaurants, salons, and other types of services. And selling an online presence to a local business isn't too difficult because most people know, okay, I have a business, I probably should have a professional looking website. It adds to the credibility, it adds to people being able to find you, and it also allows you as a small business to generate leads. Now, in this business idea, we're going to talk about the tools you can use to create your own website, but also the websites for others. And it goes without saying that you're going to have some experience and some training here in order to get this right. But because no-code tools are accessible and they're very intuitive compared to coding tools, then you're going to pick this up quickly. But it's definitely worth noting that you'll need to look at how to create websites that convert. And I think this is a really important area where you're not just creating an online presence, but you're actually thinking about how can we take somebody who visits this website into a lead, whether this is to book a hair appointment, to hire a moving company, or to book a reservation at somebody's restaurant. And to help you with that, we have made some videos about the marketing side of no-code. So definitely check out the playlist. I'll leave that in the description too. But back to the tools. I believe there are three great tools that we can use here. The first one is Card. And I won't talk about Card too much in depth right now because we have made a full review of this platform. But this is great when you want to use simple templates. So you can think about a local artist who wants to display their portfolio and their work and then have people get in touch with them or have them sell their work online, then Card might be a great platform for this. It's mainly used for one-page websites. So think about creating landing pages, portfolio websites, and also very simple local business websites. The next one is Squarespace. Now, Squarespace is more complex. It allows you to build multi-pages, about us pages, services pages, even blogs. It's more scalable too because there are e-commerce opportunities here too, where you can incorporate online sales into the platform. And as somebody who's designing the website, it's quite easy to use. We made a video on Squarespace as well, so definitely go check that out if you want to explore this. Now, the other option is Webflow. Now, this is more complex, it's more customizable as well, and usually those two go together. Now, Webflow allows you to create more dynamic and complex websites, but again, there's more of a learning curve, but if you're comfortable with this tool, then it's a great one to use. And if you have a local business that sells a lot online, then definitely consider Shopify too. So we've made a video on the difference between platforms like Gumroad and Shopify, so watch that if you want to learn more. Now, if you have some experience with these platforms, I'm sure you'll have some ideas in your head about which one that you prefer. There are some other options available too, but if you're new to these platforms, then definitely have a good look around, try them out, use the free trial to really explore the platforms, and then decide which one to move forward with. But like I say, as somebody who's going to design websites, you're going to need your own online presence too. So you'll need to use one of these tools to build your own website. Now, when it comes to your target audience, you can be a generalist here, where you say, I build websites for local businesses. And this could be all of the categories that we mentioned before. You could do it for attorneys, you can do it for professional services like CPAs, you can do it for local artists, you can do it for salons, etc. Or you might want to specialize in a specific industry. Now, the downside to this is that there can be a conflict of interest, something just to think about, where if you build a website for a CPA in one city, then they won't like it if then you build a very similar website for another CPA as well. But this can work if you're doing it in multi-cities where they're not competing with each other. This is just something to think about as you start building up your clientele and thinking about what your target audience is going to be. When it comes to monetization, there is going to be that initial setup fee. So the initial fee to build the website, to go from zero, to have all the meetings that you're going to have having that website uploaded and fully online. Now, this is something you're going to have to think about and research when it comes to all things like contracts, etc., and pricing of your website. But that initial fee is going to be the bulk of the work. Having said that, we can also introduce maintenance fees or updates. And this is where you charge maybe a monthly fee where you update the website, add certain things in up to a certain amount of time. And we can also do things like hosting the website and making sure that everything is secure. And that is an extra fee that you can charge monthly. Now, you can also offer additional services because having a website is one thing, but people will have to find this website too. So this includes content marketing, SEO services, having the website and the profile on Google Maps. So these are these types of additional services that most businesses are going to want to have. And then you can also think about upselling for different services too. This could be continuous blogging, it could be social media maintenance, and it can also mean setting up email lists and newsletters. Okay, so let's say that you have your own online presence, you have an idea about who you want to target, and also you have your pricing setup. The next stage is to find clients. And what works best here is really engaging in the local community. If you are building websites for local businesses, then it's all about connections. It's all about meeting people. One of the first things you can do is to post on social media to your friends to say, hey, I offer website services. I design websites for local businesses. If you need work, get in touch or send this on to somebody who will benefit from my services. And then from there, it's all about networking. This could be online or offline. For example, there are many local groups in areas. There are on Facebook, Nextdoor, Reddit, etc. What you can do is become very prominent in that community and then mention your services according to the group rules when it feels right, in a way that's not too spammy. And then you can go to local meetups in the community, which are either relevant or somewhat relevant. So you can join local business group meetups and say, I offer website services. There's a meetup where I live, which is all about real estate. You can go to that meetup as well and just get intrigued by what people are talking about, connect with people, and obviously talk about what you do as well. But the idea here is that we can network both online and offline. And then from there, many website services come from referrals. Many local services come from referrals in general. So once you're starting to build up the clientele, people are going to talk about you. People are going to ask for, oh, do you know a good web designer in this city? And somebody that you've worked with before is going to comment on that post and recommend you. And it goes without saying, this is all about the work that you do. So if you're doing good work, then you're going to get clients, you're going to get referrals. Now, one of the benefits of this business idea is that it is scalable because you can go from a freelancer to having your own business where you're working to hiring other people and becoming an agency. And if you start with a local business in one area, then you can easily expand to different areas of the country that you live in too. But what we're talking about here is building a team, having other people who work in no-code and other website designers join your team and work on the projects for you, where you become more of the business owner instead of the actual person doing the work. And then from there, we can offer more. We can have simple websites, we can have complex websites, and then we can think about, okay, this agency offers fully fledged marketing services too. If you want to learn more about somebody who created an agency, then check out the success story of Hatchley, and we'll leave a link to this video in the description. So that's today's business idea. If you want some more business ideas that you can build using no-code tools, then again, check out the description for that playlist. Also, check out the no-code success stories to learn from those who have become successful building something with no-code tools. And if you want to learn about how to use no-code tools and build things online, then check out our courses. Go to nocode.mba/courses to check out all the different trainings that we have on offer. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.